Howdy folks, I am Ruzkiel, and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, well, you can see what we found. To cut it short, we also investigated the crime scene to kind of start sussing out some important elements of what exactly happened here. Now, given who was involved, some seriously crazy crap could have happened, to say the least. Because one thing I remember way back when was he even suggested working with the murderer. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Another thing that kind of came to mind afterwards was when we were looking at the tape on his face. We noticed it was there before he was wounded, and if he was being tortured for information, why would he have tape on his face? It took me a while to pick up on that, but I think that's going to become an important element. So in this one, we are going to get everyone's testimony, probably verify where the spear came from, and see if there's anything else we need to... see if there's anywhere else we need to inspect. It mattered for Gundam's killing and for Mikan's, but it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. How did Mikan's murder matter? That doesn't matter. What doesn't matter? The time! Looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of the death was noon sharp. Oh, okay, so that's what she's talking about. I picked up on a similar notion as well. If it was at noon, what were we doing at the time? We were all in the factory looking at the bomb. That was inevitably fireworks. What were we doing? Well, right now it's... So it also has a clock function. Then that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. Huh? It happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill. Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? You're right. Those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon. Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to prepare. Then whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bombs is suspicious, which is everyone, because we were all on separate islands looking for it. Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. So it's something to keep in mind, but evidently not something to use as evidence. I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what is going to happen? Huh? What's going to happen? This rotten school trip is going to end, right? We can finally go back home. Carefree to end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen? Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after countdown ends. What do you mean, something? He's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that? I don't know. But this is Monokuma that we're talking about. There's no way this will end smoothly with countdown. Anyway, like I said before, if we screw up here, it's the end. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Yeah, I know. And don't bring up strange stuff like that. That's a very good point, because I figured he'd have something to say about the whole situation, but evidently not. Oh, I guess I probably should have saved you for last, since you were the one who kind of wanted to talk about stuff. She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling? Yeah, about that sprinkler. That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire. You can see a girder right next to it, right? There. Can you see that red streak? I did pick up on it in the last one, I noticed, but we couldn't investigate it. You're right, I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder. Is that blood? Blood. The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's in a straight line. So it's got some sort of like pulley. system to it, but what really gets me is how would their blood be up there after the killing blow? That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. Okay, well, not what I thought we were talking about. Now then, I guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone to the trouble of tying him with a rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than a fatal one. So, what was the reason? Looks like I better start investigating other areas to figure that out. Alright, I should try investigating the other areas inside the warehouse first. But I never talked to these two. You know, screw it, I'm going to talk to these two. What do you got to say, Kaz? Are you going to talk about Sonia's fart some more? One of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way. It's too bizarre. I can't do anything except laugh. Okay, well, evidently not. Maybe you weren't important. That's unfortunate. If only everyone could go home. Nothing would make me happier. No. We should finish the class trial. Then we can think about what will happen after. Oh, I guess that's it. I figured they'd have something more to say. Okay, so we're at the front half now. We got... Interesting, they're all lined up in a row. I didn't notice that before. There are a lot of tipped-over Monokuma panels here. The panel near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall they were probably all... Oh, stacked! They should have been neatly put away. I kind of figured they were all in just a crowd. Maybe we're the only ones who made this mess? Huh? Look! The tipped-over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? She had issues pushing it over. Ah, damn, it's case 3 all over again. So, maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is... It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, it kind of brushed everyone's warning, slowly opened the door to the warehouse, clatter, clatter, clatter. It's not opening, blah, blah, blah. Something's barely blocking the door, I can't open it. I knew it, it's a trap. Just stop it. Didn't I tell you it'd be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? I kinda ignored the protest, kicked it open, kablam. Could it be, was that it? And there's something else I've been wondering. These Monokuma panels are tipped over, starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other, in a straight line. So that's how the fire was started, in that case. Panels tipped over in a domino effect, knocking the fire into the curtain. Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly. Isn't this clearly strange? Strange, that means we can speculate this was done intentionally. So that's pretty straightforward. So we got the MP3 players here. Anything else? There's lights up there, some of them are. I had to click on that one just to make sure. I mean, might be able to click on some of this, but I don't think it's going to be relevant. We'll start with the MP3 player and maybe move to the CDs. There's even a speaker plugged into it, but why is this here? It looks like that weird music was playing from there. I get the feeling that should have been Kaz's line. You know, that music was blaring when the fire started? Yeah, you're right. Looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it. That music was playing from that MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? I mean, unless you want to drown something out. The only thing I can think of would be, like, muffled screams? But he should have already been dead, is the thing, so I don't know. All these CDs are copies of Monokuma's music. They should have burned too. Oh, do I just need to talk with people? Books. Completely soaked. Can't turn the pages, so it's not like I'm missing them. Okay, well that is a bit on the strange side that we need to talk with them some more. Otherwise, we would have gotten some sort of prompt to go check other places. Mattered for their killings. It's clearly written. We were split up. I mean, maybe Sonia and Kaz? Focusing on the investigation in the warehouse, which reminds me, there's something I need to ask her about. Oh! Yes. Why was she at the military base? Good point. I didn't think about that until just now. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey, Sonia, you have a minute? Yes. What is it? I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito said in the warehouse exploded. Huh? Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? I guess this is another thing that was kind of strange. I don't like how it's kind of setting her up to be suspicious. At the same time, I don't think she's involved. Because it seems intentional to have her be so suspicious with her movements. Her movements being the only ones so abnormal during the time, as it were. It is alright, it is not a bomb. So why did you know the bombs were a fake? Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you, and what were you doing during that time? Oh my. Do you suspect me? It is a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Jesus shit, you son of a bitch! Sonia? I am terribly sorry. I was panicking. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. Wow, that was an explosion of emotion that I wasn't expecting. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. So there were bombs at the base. At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone. So, I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate? And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered? And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. Wait, the bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How do you draw that conclusion? How did you find out? Okay, I didn't read that wrong. I thought I had read that wrong and we were drawing invalid conclusions. Okay, because I attempted to use one of them. What? I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real. And I thought that I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin. Pretty bold. And pretty dangerous, too. However, that plan was an utter failure. The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it all to hell! I see. So that's why you were the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake. You know, that's a really nice... okay. I don't know if this is... I don't know if this is sexist, but that's a really nice view of Sonia from behind. Not because of the particular angle, but just... I like her hair. It's really nice hair. I'm usually not one who likes hair when it's down, but I don't know. It's just nice. I did. As did Monomi as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb. Wonder why she was keeping an eye on you. Well, scratch that. She probably saw you take a bomb from a military base and was concerned about it. If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. And that is why I knew it was a fake. However, I did not think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. Again, we figured out it probably came from the Octagon. Oh, poor Kaz. He was right there. How the hell is he alive? That bomb was real, and I could not stop thinking about that. But upon further reflection, That might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. A total feint, yeah, a feint. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is, his reason for doing it. With this, I have explained everything. There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. You're right. I got it. That's a pretty extensive account. It's also a good thing to find out where, Okay, I guess we're done. And since I have already talked to everyone, I don't feel so bad about moving on. So we're done with the warehouse, but there's still so many things I don't understand yet. You look worried. Yeah, I am. At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range. You mean, it's good to investigate other places as well. You might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base that Sonia mentioned, the plushie factory next door, Nezumi Castle, where the spear originally came from, and Nagito's room, too. Oh, that's a good point. If I'm going to understand the reason for his actions, I need to know more about him. I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating. Hey, you guys! Isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas, too? In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her. Well, I guess we kind of know who the de facto leader is at this point. I agree. I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we have the same idea. But is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard a crime scene. We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here. I guess you're right. Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So, we need to search them in other areas. Probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas, we'd have to give up completely. You don't really need to say that last bit. Oh, then it's okay if we leave this place?
It's okay!
Uh-oh. There's no music. There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. I think that will probably do it. Well, since we finished off the warehouse investigation, we will begin our investigation into other areas of the island, including the plushie factory, Nagito's room, Nezumi Castle, and shoot. I'll probably have to go back and take a look at that fourth one. Either way, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.